Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Multi-Family Legacy Podcast. Man, I'm so excited you're here. Got a really great show today. And this is going to be a lot shorter than my normal shows because this is like episode number 6. And I'm going to call this episode like Believing in Yourself. Because so many times, so often, you share your dreams with people and what you want to do, and people come and they try to steal your dream. They try to tell you all the reasons why you can't do something. And man, it's sad when that happens. So I want to invigorate you to know and to tell you that you're worth it and that you can do whatever you put your mind to. All you've got to do is understand that people will let you down. It's sad, but it's true. And if you can accept that, then they can't hurt you with their words. And so before we go any further, though, let me ask you to do a couple things. First, if you've not done so, go right now, hit pause if you have to, and go to kahunawealthbuilders.com and download my Quick Start video series. You're going to want this. This is really in detail how I raise all the private money to fund a multifamily deal. It's like an hour and 20-minute video. It's very detailed and it's awesome. You're gonna like it. The second thing is, the second video that I give you in that is how to find deals, how to get deal flow coming to you consistently. And it's actually a lot easier than you think. So make sure you go do that. And then also, if you have the chance, if you really like this content, if you like what I'm doing and the way I'm presenting it, I'm just trying to be real. I'm just trying to give it to you 100,000% so you can understand and know that real estate and cash flow is the true goal and is really what I'm trying to communicate to you guys. I want to give it like all. Now, so give me a review on iTunes if you can. So I'm just gonna go and give some people some shout outs on a couple of reviews that I just got. So one's by Cody Chamberlain. And Cody says, I've been in the single family real estate investing for almost 10 years now. I'm working towards the multifamily side of the business, and Corey's information is perfect for me. He's very knowledgeable and trustworthy. I believe in what he is teaching here. I think anyone from an experienced real estate investor to a newbie can really benefit from this content. Two big thumbs up for me. From me. So thanks, Cody. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that a lot. And then I got one more by FD Spence. He puts, love it. This is very informative. I cannot wait for the next podcast. Really like Corey's energy. So, hey, thank you so much for giving me those positive 5-star iTunes reviews. Those really mean a lot, and they go a long way in helping me promote my podcast, because truly, I want to get my message out there. I want to show you guys the cash flow life and all the things that cash flow does for you. It sets you free. It gives you a life that most people, most people go out there and they're always looking for two things. I think two things mainly in this world, which is time and money. And, when I look around, there's lots of people that have one, but very few have both. And how do you get both? Time and money. To have some time to spend some of your money. And, what's the fastest way to get that? And for me, it's entrepreneurship, but in specific, it's real estate. Real estate, if done right, can allow you the two things that most people only dream of, which is time and money. And could you imagine what life would be like if you didn't have to worry about where your next paycheck is coming from, or where the money's showing up, or when the money's showing up, or just the stress of money? The stress of money is real. I mean, let's face it, folks. Most divorces happen because of what? It's money. And so this is my way of giving back so you can get free. And believe me, it starts with belief. So I'm going to talk about today something that I think is very important, and it's the power of your mind and being very mindful of who you share your dreams and goals with. So I'll give you one of my own stories because this is really, it's very true for me. And then I'm going to play here in a minute a video that I created called Believe. And it's really how I sum up when I really first had doubt enter my life. But more recently, like, when I made the choice to go into real estate, I don't know what it is about friends and family, and mainly family. Let's talk about it's family. That are the very let's put it this way. They are the ones that are the most agitators, or say probably sometimes the meanest things. And it's very hurtful. It can be very hurtful until you understand why they say the things that they say. So, for example, when you share your dreams with people and you say, I want to be a real estate investor, I'm going to go buy an apartment. And people look at you and sometimes they'll say, well, how are you going to do that? You can't do that. You can't do that. Now, ask me if I've had that happen in my life. Two hands, yes. Yes, I have. And in the beginning, it hurt me, but I've learned to learn why people say why friends and family say the things that they say. And when you understand this, it takes you can take their power away. And so the psychology from when you share your dreams and goals with friends and family, they think that they're supposed to be the voice of reason. And so they inherently, they think when you tell them this big dream, it's like going off a cliff. Like you've been climbing this cliff, and it is a cliff, and there's a sheer fall coming up, and that's in their mind what they see, and so they say these things to deter you so you don't get hurt. What they really don't want you to do is get hurt. And so they're trying to protect you. They're trying to be this side voice of reason. Now, it's funny that I want to go back for just a second and talk about, are they qualified to give you advice? Many times, many times, your friends and family are not qualified to give you business advice. I mean, almost 99% of the time they're not. And so they're coming from it of a place of ignorance. It's not that they don't even know what they don't know. And so that makes their default setting even harsher on what they're going to say and do. And they're going to really try to derail you in that dreams and goals because they don't want you to get hurt. And so when you understand that, like when you understand the real reason why sometimes people say what they do, and there's sometimes more than that. Sometimes it's like, I call it the crab theory. You put one crab in a bucket and the crab gets out. You put two crabs in a bucket and they stay in the bucket. Why? It's because the second crab is always pulling that first crab down, trying to, the one that's trying to escape. The second crab will pull them back in the bucket. And so sometimes there's people that they really don't want you to see, them get ahead of them. You get ahead of them. And so it's just, they want to try to bring you back down to reality. And they're trying to water down your dreams because they don't have those aspirations and dreams, and they don't like the way it feels. So they're like, hey, let me just bring you down. Like, we're down here, and yet you have this desire to go to the next level. And so those are kind of the two things I think that are, when you're getting advice from people, mainly friends and family, what's going to happen. And so when I really got into real estate and went full tilt, I made it a purpose to, my family knew what I was doing, kind of, sort of, but not really. They just knew that I was always gone and I was always working and I was always seemed busy. And so I purposely told my wife and, her family, her side of the family, is that I was always busy. I was busy. And there was times that was they're like, what is Corey doing? Oh, he's not going to be able to do this. And so I knew this, but I really wanted to stay sheltered from it. So I was very careful in who I really opened up fully my dreams and goals. Does that make sense? Because people, as soon as you open up this idea, like people just want to step on it. So you got to be mindful. And if you're going to share, and you're looking for counsel, don't share it with people that are not qualified. So if you're asking about business advice and real estate advice, go share it with another real estate professional that's not just doing it, but making lots of money. Someone that is very successful. That's the right people to then bounce an idea, especially an entrepreneurial idea on, what should I do? And so it's very important because your dreams, your goals, the way you think, the cultivation of your mind is so important because it's fragile. There's times when you're first starting, your beliefs are like little baby plants and they have no roots. And so if you were to share that plant, someone just stepped on it, it's not going to grow back. And so it's not till you've got a very good root system that you can sustain. So you got to be really careful in sharing what's going on in your life with people because, man, they sometimes can really just try to ruin you. And they don't do it on purpose. And they just really don't. And when you know that, it does help you. It helps solve some problems that you may have. And you just don't take that stuff personal. Just don't take it personal. So I want to give you this. So I'm going to play right now a video clip of a video that I made called Believe. And it talks about the first time that I ever experienced really doubt. When doubt really, because when you're young, do you remember when you were young and you used to dream that you could be and do anything? Remember what that felt like? Man, in our adults' lives, in our adult bodies, sometimes I think deep down we're yearning. We are absolutely yearning for that voice, that person to come back and to live again and to dream again and to have ideas and to want to grow. I think there's that desire deep down in everybody. But the problem is we've had so many people step on our plant that we get farther and farther and recluse. And we don't want to shine anymore. And so I'm here to tell you, I want you to shine. I want you to go out and boldly proclaim what you want to do to yourself. Tell yourself. So the most important person that you have to convince is the man in the mirror. They're the woman in the mirror. That's it. You've got what's behind these 2 ears. That is the thing that you have to convince. You got to make sure that you believe. And when you believe and truly believe, not I think, I wish, but when you believe you can, when you want something that bad, that's when your life will start to change. So I'm here to encourage you, to let you know that you can have anything in your life you desire or dream. If you want to follow my podcast and learn about the cash flow life and learn about how to raise capital, how to buy apartments, how to operate apartments, you're in the right place. I'm going to give you juicy couture type of knowledge that you can use. That's what I do today. It's not stuff that worked a long time ago. It works now. And, that if I can do it, guys, I started as a small town country boy with nothing. Nothing. I talk out of one side of my mouth. I'm deaf in my right ear. I'm not the most beautiful guy in the world. I know this, right? But I am powerful beyond measure when it comes to my mind. I know this. I know it's one of my greatest gifts is when I set my mind to something, I know that I can focus. And when I come to and I hit roadblocks, I get so focused with my eyes on the goals that I'll find a way to get back to my goal. And so that's the difference between success and trying something and actually doing something. When you make your mind to do it and that you're going to do whatever it takes, and I mean whatever it takes, success will come find you. That's the point. So enjoy this video clip, Believe. I believe you can do anything you put your mind to. In fact, I think we've all believed this to be true at one time or another. Think back to when you were a kid and you believed that you could do or be anything. When did those dreams stop? For me, doubt entered my life in the 7th grade. I was not prepared for it. Up until then, I had big dreams, and I truly thought that I could conquer the world. That was until my adult teacher told me that it wasn't possible. You see, I told him I wanted to be a professional baseball player, and his response was based upon the odds I would never make it. And as soon as I heard those words, doubt came rushing in. This was the very first time that I told myself that maybe I couldn't do it. Now, unfortunately, I didn't become a professional baseball player, and I struggled until I was 33 years old with what I wanted to be when I grew up. And then one day it all changed. It changed because that little kid who used to dream big finally kicked that grown man's butt, who was full of doubt. The kid in me made a gut-wrenching, deep-down honest promise that he would do whatever it took to be successful in real estate, as long as it was legal and ethical. 12 years later, I'm going on TV sharing my message. I'm about to sell my first apartment for $8.5 million that I bought 5 years ago for $3.2. And the truth is, I'm only a third of the way there according to that little kid. Now, why do I tell you this story? I tell you this story because I think all of us are human, and at times we let roadblocks like fear, doubt, depression, self-worth, image get in the way. When you free your mind and allow it to dream and dream big, the possibilities are endless. You see, I never thought I'd be raising millions of dollars from ordinary people just like you. I never thought I would master how to buy and operate and sell multi-family apartments the way that I do. And I never thought I'd be teaching others to follow my path. I never thought I could. But that kid always knew it to be so. All right, so there you have it. Hopefully you like that video and that audio. And, you know, we're looking forward to episode 7. So in episode 7, we're going to go back and continue to our core series, our core pillars of talking about apartments and how to own, operate, sell, all that kind of stuff. So we'll get into that. And, you know, if you haven't done it yet, again, go to the Kahuna Wealth Builder site, get the Quick Start video series. And guys, I'm so thankful that you're here, you're listening, you're paying attention, and you're going to have an awesome year, right? We're getting ready. This is towards the holiday season of the end of 2017, and we're going to use this to explode ourselves to a wonderful, meaningful, best ever 2018. That's what's going to happen. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful week.